Okay, so breaking down just a quick recap of the weekend. Um, Came in at 181.2, well, 181.3 pounds. Cutting it close actually when it came to weigh-in. Actually, I started my cut on Thursday. I actually only had one bottle of water at around 1 o'clock when I had my first meal of the day, and pretty much just cut it from there. Only thing I took to help cut the weight down was just magnesium citrate to help flush the water out of my system. Anything extra to flush out of my colon, so that way I can drop as much as I can. And made the adjustment to sticking to eating rice cakes with peanut butter for some energy. So I have some caloric intake in me, and so that way it doesn't hinder with my weight drop. And actually, waking up the morning of weigh-ins, I actually had to commute from Jersey to New York, where the location was for the competition. I woke up at approximately about, I want to say, 4:30 in the morning, and came in at 182.6, and I actually had to get down to 181.8, so just about a pound over. So mind you, I still didn't have any water since 1 o'clock the day before, and really didn't take anything heavy caloric intake wise. Just still stuck with the rice cakes. That morning, I just decided to fast and not have any water all the way up until the weigh-in, which was at 9 a.m. So what I decided to do was I decided to actually spit for the next 4 hours straight, just so I could get at least a pound off me. I felt like if I just did that consistently, if anything, that would bring me right into where I needed to be at. Lo and behold, I actually came in at 181.3 pounds. So definitely was cutting it a little close with this weigh-in in particular. Just because, reason being is just because it's sticking to normal methodology that I've been using for previous competitions. But the only slight adjustment I definitely made is the water intake I took the day of my cut is slightly lower, as well as my caloric intake did drop as well. Normally around that time I would still be having my regular meals and eating very slightly lightly without water intake, but this time I really cut my calories back and just cut my calories and my water altogether. And so, yeah, pretty much just cutting it close. And actually, in the day of my weigh-in, made a slight adjustment as well. So made a few changes here and there, especially coming into the day of my weigh-in. Normally, what I like to do is I like to stick with a high-protein diet and really just use the fluids to kind of regain my sodium, my electrolytes. But this time around, I kind of switched it and I kind of went with a high carb diet and actually took in a little more electrolytes than I usually do as well. So, like for example, one thing I like to use is Pedialyte. I feel like that is probably one of the most essential things you could definitely use to regain your electrolytes that day from losing so much water. Um, Instead of really drinking a partial amount, I actually drank the whole bottle amongst the water that I had to drink based off of how much I didn't from the days prior. And I think that made a big difference as well. But I think the biggest thing was definitely just switching to a high carb day, that particular day, the day before the meet. Um, and I usually do a high protein diet when I'm in season and I'm getting ready for a competition. And I think that the carb intake that I took that day made such a significant effect to my performance because switching from low carb to a high protein diet to suddenly switching to a high carb diet, I think the body's going to get shocked by that, but in a good way. It's going to take all those carbs in and take all those nutrients in from the carbohydrates, and actually kind of shock the body in a way that it just wants it gives it an immediate refuel and immediate energy, which I feel like it definitely played into my favor, because I came in that morning at 181.3, but I and weighing at 189.2 at the end of the day. So I was able to regain back what I weighed in previously the day before Thursday, as well as a little extra weight. So I wanted to kind of come in weighing about 185 to 186 ish the day of the meet. So I definitely knew that I gained some pounds back for energy, for fuel, and actually came in at 186.2. Um, so definitely a big difference there. Also, as well as I was able to get a decent amount of sleep as well, which again I feel is another really essential factor. But I really think the biggest adjustment that I feel like was the smartest adjustment I made was just giving my body that high carb day to really bring in some fuel and energy, so I can definitely use it to carry over for my performance. So the day of the meet, actually, I didn't come in around 9 o'clock when they had the rules briefing. Reason being is because since I'm only doing deadlift only, there's really no reason for me to be there all day. So I came in a little after they had they finished their squats. So wanted to give my body any last minute rest, any last minute rest that I could use. So that way I can be fully functional, fully ready to go for when the meet comes. And I would say approximately about maybe say an hour to an hour. I actually had a full-fledged meal as soon as I got there. Reason being is because I wanted to get my meals out of the way so it didn't affect my stomach, so it didn't affect my belt positioning. So again, long story short, it wouldn't affect my technique when I'm going to pull. So I stuck with the traditional high protein, low carb meal. Didn't want to get to a point where I got to a state of insulin spike, or just putting myself in a position where I had too much sugar too early and didn't want to get the shakes, because again I feel like that would have gave me that dreaded feeling, and I didn't want to have that going into warm ups. So pretty much just took in high protein at that point, and then slowly took in water, as well as some sugar and carbs. Because I feel like that's definitely most important the day of the meet, because you don't want to overshoot it at the beginning, especially in somebody like me who's doing deadlift only, and I'm having an astronomical amount of carbs at the beginning of the day, and then by the time I get to pool, I'm already dead because I already went through that energy and it kind of burnt me out already. So I didn't want to have that effect. So if anything, I wanted to slowly amp up my carb intake the closer I got to when I had to start warming up and getting ready to go. So warm-ups definitely did feel good. Well, to be honest, they moved pretty decent, but I still didn't feel entirely well. I mean, it could, at the end of the day, could be just meat jitters. So I warmed up with a power bar. I wanted to warm up with a power bar to stick to something relatively I'm already used to, so that I'm not completely thrown way off. And for me, I feel like it's a better effect and a better carryover once you go to start pulling on the deadlift bar. Opened up at 644.8 pounds. Definitely looked smooth there on video. And was kind of contemplating, because I still felt like it didn't move as fast as I wanted it to. And I think it was because my body was still adjusting to the heavy weight. Because I warm up with singles all the way up, and I think that was probably the biggest reason why. So I said, you know what? I came here to shoot for a certain number, so why not go for it? So a plan for a second attempt of 711 pounds. And again, based on the video, looked really smooth and moved decently well. I'm really happy that I made the adjustment of switching to hook grip, because things of this nature definitely come into a factor. Definitely holding the weight at the top. So pretty much overall a good day. So definitely got a good lift on that 3 white lights. I don't want to catch the video at the end with the judges, but I got 3 white lights on that, and overall a decent day. I feel like, I think the biggest thing was just that carb intake. I really feel like I filled out immediately with all those carbs that I took in with that pizza. And I'm really happy I did that, because the thing is, I really feel like it didn't affect me to the point where it's going to throw my belt off, because I think that I still stuck with the time frames that I usually eat throughout the day, but the only difference I made was just the carb intake, like I keep saying. I think that made such a big difference for me, because I really feel like I filled out a lot, and I was coming in, almost touching 190. And I feel like at this point right now, physically in my training career, I'm starting to really fill out in the 180 mark. I think I'm really closer, more sitting around the 185 to 190 at the top walking around weight now. And I think I moved away from the 180 to 185 walking around weight. So I think I'm slowly starting to fill out in this weight area, this realm. And I think it's going to definitely benefit me. The only thing would be is just now I got to get a little more strategic with my cutting my weight. So I think that the kind of noticing that ahead of time, which is why I made those adjustments, has definitely played a big factor. But I'm noticing that I'm starting to really fill out physically with this weight that I have currently. And I definitely think it's going to benefit me because, again, like I said, I was able to carry over some weight, which gave me some energy with those carbs. And I feel going forward for me, that's definitely what I'm going to be sticking to strategic wise. So I can just stay progressing and just be continuous and excelling. And obviously we want to get better at the end of the day. So definitely some good takeaways from this competition. Programming wise, I believe the numbers speak for themselves. I did say that I was going to either contemplate whether or not changing my programming depending on my performance in this meet. And I believe that based on the methodology that I approach with this competition is something that there's no reason for me not to change as of yet, especially since it's a new program that I just started implementing no more than 5 weeks ago. So, it's definitely new to my body to adjust to, and I could definitely take some time with it. So I'm definitely going to be sticking with it, just changing the numbers here and there, as well as potentially might be changing some rep schemes. Might be adding reps here and there on the volume, depending. We will see how that goes. But I already have my numbers set for the next 5 week training cycle, and still going to stick with the conservative role. I already have an idea of what I want to shoot for the competition on April 28th at the Philadelphia Fitness Expo. And, definitely want to still stick with the conservative route and just, again, same thing, just leave it all on the platform, and still sticking with the same equipment, not making any adjustments in that regard. But like I said, if it's not broken, don't fix it. So I'm really happy that the adjustments I made have been, I feel, very strategic, very smart, and things that I'm going to definitely learn and take away from this training cycle as well as this competition and carry over a few things into the remaining of this season. Definitely wanted to start out on a positive note with 2018. I definitely can say I requalified for the IPO Worlds for 2018, and definitely want to go back and perform on my best again and put on a show there. But like I said, for the future, the next competition is the Philadelphia Fitness Expo. My eyes are all set on that. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get back into the gym on Monday, and I just want to still get better. I want to keep pushing myself. I want to strive for excellence, and I just want to keep beating myself at the end of the day. And I think that as long as I just stay consistent, I keep making the smart, strategic decisions, it'll definitely have a carryover as it did in this last performance. Phenomenal meet, definitely. Sandra and Michael, they always put on an excellent meet. Very fast, well-paced, organized meet that people can definitely walk away satisfied with, which is why I had no choice but to definitely compete their competition again this year. Really good folks and really great camaraderie at these meets, and definitely looking forward to more future meets to come at that place. Without a doubt, I'll definitely be competing with them again down the road. I do plan on actually visiting their gym again for training. I definitely wanted to go at least one more time before the Fitness Expo and actually get some training up there. So that'll probably be somewhere mid to late March. And not going to go for a max or anything. I'm going to still stick with my routine and, definitely just want to do things right and stay on this path with the consistency in these this training route that I've chosen to take with programming. I'm just amped up to get ready back in the gym and just keep going and keep pushing. I really enjoy the road, to get to where you want to be, and I'm already have my eyes set on the next goal that I want to accomplish. And of course, as always, it's just keep getting better and better. And I definitely want to have a standout performance at this competition coming up at the Philadelphia Fitness Expo, because of the significance it is to me. This will be the first competition I actually have at home, and I have yet to have a competition in Philadelphia. And I'm really looking forward to it because I have so many family members that have not had the opportunity to get to see me compete in person. And I really, it's going to be really special to me because I want to show my family all the hard work and dedication and consistency that I've been putting in throughout the years with this sport and the passion and the drive that I have. And I just want to, in a way, convey and give back to say thank you for raising me to be who I am as an individual. And I just want to put my best out there for you guys, and just want to show you that all the hard work that you've done as well as my family to raise me as a proper young man has definitely been reciprocated in the most positive way. So, this competition really means a lot to me. Don't get me wrong, this past competition definitely speaks volumes because I came away with a personal best and requalified for Worlds. But I would say on a personal, significant level, aside from the World Championship, this competition has such a really, really, really deep personal meaning to me. And I do not want to do nothing but exceptionally well at this competition. So now that I started 2018 on the right foot, I definitely want to keep going, keep on the gas, and just keep that consistency, and just keep making the progress, and just staying steady with it, being smart, and just keep getting better. And I know I keep saying it, but I can't stress the fact of how important it is to me. I'm the type of person that I don't like to be stagnant or digress. I love to make progress, and any way I can make progress, I will definitely do so. Um, and as always, I really appreciate my family coming out and supporting me and being at these competitions, and just help me keep a level head, staying disciplined, staying sharp. Because let alone the fact I'm a very competitive individual, and I may have said it before, but I definitely, I want to be one of the best. That's my absolute goal, and there's no if, ands, or buts about that for me. I definitely do this with 110% with my heart, and I definitely look for the outcome to be as one of the best in this sport, and I'm definitely striving for that. I'm striving for greatness as anybody is. But I definitely carry myself in a way where I feel like if I'm not working hard enough, I will beat myself up about it and make sure that I do something about that. And I want to be the person that I look in the mirror every single day. That is my goal. That is always will ever be my goal, and nothing will ever, nobody or anything will ever be the priority over that. And I feel like I think anybody can take away from this. If you can beat yourself, I believe you can beat anybody, because your biggest challenge, your biggest enemy, your biggest obstacle to conquer is yourself. How is it that you can improve yourself? How is it that you can beat you? How is it that you can make yourself the best and better version of yourself in any way, shape, or form? And I think that if you can find the way, if you can always adapt, if you can always adjust and be consistent and make smart decisions, and if you can walk away knowing that you accomplished something that made you better than who you were yesterday, then you're already on your path to success. You're already one step closer towards your goal, whatever dream that you aspire to have. You're definitely walking away with some positive attitude or some positive reflection that you can definitely carry over, because it's like a snowball effect. Once you start seeing progress happening, and due to that hard work and dedication that you've been putting in, it gets a lot easier to make the right choices, to stay disciplined, to stay focused, because it's fact in front of you. You're seeing things that are changing for the better, and that are reflecting on yourself immediately. Even your peers and your people who are significant to you may see that, but the best feeling is to see what is developing in front of you because you made that change, or you've earned that, and nothing trumps that. And I feel like that is the easiest motivation you can grab, and that's the most easiest thing that will make you be more inclined to just keep going and keep pushing, because you caused that effect. And nothing tops that, in my opinion. And once you get a glimpse of that, and I assure you, with any new goal or anything that you aspire to want to achieve, the moment you catch a glimpse of that feeling, I promise you, you will want to do nothing but keep going and seeing that, okay, you know what? If I can do this, maybe I can go here, maybe I can go there, maybe I see myself doing something 5 years from now, 10 years from now. It's a snowball effect. And I guarantee you that anybody who has had a glimpse of that feeling that is watching this video will definitely can relate and understand and see where I'm coming from when it comes to that, because you feel, in a sense, good to yourself. Not satisfied and not settle, but you feel like, okay, you know what? I'm starting to see that things are happening, things are changing, things are unfolding, things that I've never thought I could do, things that I never thought I would be able to achieve. And the best feeling about that is that is immediate reflection on yourself that gives you more confidence in yourself to say, I believe I can do it. I believe I can. That is why I tell you guys that I believe that I can set anything that my mind to and I can accomplish it, because I believe in myself. Whatever it is, I believe if I put something in front of me and I want to accomplish that, I will do everything in my power to make sure it happens, because I believe that if I put the hard work in, I put the dedication, there's absolutely no reason why I can't overcome and achieve whatever goal that I set my mind to. And I believe that if anybody that struggles with confidence, anybody that struggles with insecurities, anybody who struggles with trying to achieve a dream or trying to aspire to accomplish something, if you just had that for a day, I can assure you that in one day, you will see some aspect of your life change. It could be something that you did that you never used to do. It could be something that you look at differently that you never thought of. A slight change that can give you such a positive reaction on yourself that will make you be more inclined to just go 110%. So, the competition definitely speaks volumes, and it's definitely a nice way to start the year, and definitely getting me into the mindset of getting ready for this next competition in April. And like I said, right now I just want to stick my head in the ground and just work and just do nothing but work and bust my ass and be able to be myself again. And that's what I want to do this year. That's what I want to do in 2018, and carry it all the way over into the World Championship, and hopefully retain the title. So, that being said, just already got my programming ready to go for the next 5 weeks, really all the way up until the next competition. So, just got to stay smart, be consistent, keep pushing. Like I said, I can't wait to get back in the gym on Monday and keep working. And next stop, Philadelphia Fitness Expo. So, thank you guys for watching the video. Thank you for everybody who's been watching and supporting me on this journey. And, have seen all my triumphs, all of my tribulations, and all my successes and failures. But the most important thing is that no matter what, you have to keep going and you have to keep pushing. And the most important thing above all that is you have to keep believing in yourself. Because if you do, you can get through any obstacle. You can fight through any pain, any anger, any frustration, anything that's stopping you or you feel is holding you back from achieving your goals. No matter what it is, if you hold that slight belief in yourself, it will make you look at things differently. It will make you act differently. It will make you achieve things that you would have thought you would never imagine. And that will start you on the path to success. Thank you guys for watching the video, and take care.